Welcome to the Orange City Literature Festival Book Review Podcast. I'm excited to kick off this new segment for our 6th edition. Here, we will give a platform for the students to tell us about their favorite books and to enhance and inculcate a vibrant reading culture. Today, we have here with us Arisha Abdul Ahad, who is from Heritage International School. Welcome, Arisha. Please tell us about the book you've read.
I've read The Wings of Fire, which is an autobiography of APJ Abdul Kalam, co-authored by Mr. Arun Tiwari.
What made you choose this book among the many biographies out there?
In the NCERT latest course, which we are studying right now, there is a chapter, a unit known as My Childhood, in which it is just the initial part of the book. So I felt that I should go for that book, and to get more knowledge, I should read that book. So when I started to read that book, I was just so inspired and motivated that I did not have the courage to put the book down. That made me choose the book.
Have you read any biographies before this book?
No, this was my first biography and I'm planning to read more.
Have you ever heard about APJ Abdul Kalam before? What was it about him that intrigued you?
Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, even children know about him. He was the Missile Man of India, the 11th President of India. He is just so humble, and he was the simplest man who has never done any show off, and he was so humble.
Any incident from the book that you read about his life in particular that inspired you from within?
Yes. As you know, he did not have many provisions. This was the initial part was before the World War II. He did not have a proper schools, and there were discriminations in the school. There was this one teacher, a science teacher, who discriminated him. So he used to wake up in the morning before dawn. He used to sell newspapers, he used to collect tamarind seeds, he used to do all jobs to pay his school fees. But still, he had earned a very good height. So that's what inspired me from him.
Anything from his life that motivates you to do better, be it in your academic life and in your social life?
Yes. He thought, after reading the biography, it teaches me to dream big, to have faith in Allah, or who is the God of us, who created us, to dream big, whatever it is. A small town boy goes on to become the 11th President of India, goes on to become the Missile Man of India, a son of a small boat owner. Can you just imagine this? It's a very big thing for a small town boy to do.
A very big achievement.
Yes,
for many of us.
Yeah.
And is there, if you go back into time and you think you could have been a part of his life in his whole journey, what role do you think you could have played? How could you have helped him somehow? If you could have been there, just imagine during those times.
During those times, it would actually be a very tough time.
True.
I would like to help him get a scholarship if I would have the power. I would like to pay for his education if I had that power. His sister Zohra, who she mortgaged her gold bangles and everything. If I would have been there, I would like to play his sister.
That's really sweet. Any lesson that you will continue to practice that you've learned from his life?
Yes, I would like to be humble. If I have gotten an achievement, so I would like to be humble, and I would always dream big and always help people. I would like to be a philanthropist.
That's really great. And there is this notion among people that biographies are really boring. Was there any time during your reading that you felt that this part is a bit boring, maybe I could skip it, or was the whole time what I want to know more?
No, unfortunately no, ma'am. When I was reading that book, each and every single word made me fall in love with his personality. I was just so motivated that all the things that were running at the back of my mind were vanished. I wanted to know more.
Did you have any prejudice against reading biographies before this book?
No. I used to read fictitious books and everything like that.
Was this your first non-fiction book?
Yes.
It was. And how was the experience? How would you rate it?
I would rate it a 5 on 5 because this was so inspiring that it was one of the best books that I've ever read.
And would you recommend it to others, be it your family, your friends?
Yes, I would like to recommend it to anyone who feels rejected or who needs a little motivation, or who is like, suppose a person who wants to do this but he's like, no, I can't do this. So I would recommend him, like a small boy going to this height, I would definitely recommend it.
So basically, do not let barriers hinder you, and you can
Yes.
always overcome them with faith and belief in yourself.
Yes.
Thank you so much for sharing your insights, what you learned from the book, and your experience.
Yeah.
We are very happy to have you here, and it's really inspiring to see that students as young as you are really interested in reading biographies, because usually they are more inclined towards reading fiction. We're also excited to invite our listeners to the 6th edition of the Orange City Literature Festival happening at Chitnavis Center on 22nd, 23rd and 24th of November. It is a really big opportunity for you all because hundreds of authors will be present there. Don't forget to tune in for our next episode, where we'll continue to know and invite more students to know about their reading experience. Thank you.